turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
2023, we have not adopted any presidential candidate. Support your son. Northern Elders Forum to the southeast. That is what is happening now. The Northern Elders Forum have stated it in clear terms. They said, look, we have not said we are supporting this person or the other one. That the people of the southeast, since you said it is your turn, support your own. Support your own. Tomorrow, if he did not win, do not come and cry and tell us that, look, we have disappointed you. You have to, it is within your ambit, it is within your jurisdiction to support him, to give him this support to win the election. All right. And so that is what the spokesman of the Northern Elders Forum said, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed. Yes. So I have to quote part of his statement. I quote, "We got our fingers burnt in 2015, and that is why we are being careful this time. We are saying that the best candidate should be allowed to win the election. All the elites in Nigeria are in hostages and captives of politicians, but we must remove ourselves from that bondage. So we will reach out to elite from the other regions, and together we will welcome any presidential candidate who says he has a solution to Nigeria's problems. We worry about the Southeast. We don't know whether they are in support of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, or not. The nation can see what is happening now, and if the Southeast fails to line up behind Obi, they should not blame anyone. If the Igbo believe it is time for them, they should support Obi. Reach out to other Nigerians and tell them they are supporting Obi, not because he is an Igbo man, but because he is the best. We will give our support to the best man who can heal the wounds in the land, because actually everybody in Nigeria is marginalized right now." End of quote. Look at what he said. Said everybody in Nigeria is marginalized, but it is not true. People have cornered the resources of the country to themselves alone, and you said everybody is marginalized. People have advantage. Go to MDAs, there's ministries, departments, and agencies of government. You see what we're saying? When you talk about people have resources in their places, people have, strategic industries built in their places. All right? Talk about the number of international airports and seaports and everything and what have you. I say marginalized, everyone is marginalized. Who is saying that? Go and see the quota system. You say everyone is marginalized. Don't tell us that. So this is in the open. People are aware that not all is being marginalized. Yes, not all the people are marginalized. So, and but this thing he said did not go without attendant response. So Paya Debanjo responded, and Aya Debanjo said, "Look, the Southwest has produced the president. So the South has produced the president, and the North is completing 8 years by next year. So it must come back to the South. And when that happens, justice, equity, and fairness demand that it should go to the Southeast Igbo. So to live together must be on agreeable terms. So you can't deny a prodigal son his right because he is prodigal." That's what he said. So, and that is it. So Paya Debanjo is making a case that for the Igbo. But the Igbo is not prodigal son, I beg your pardon, The Igbo is not, I beg to differ on this. The Igbo is not a prodigal son. What the Igbo is saying is, look, we are being marginalized. So we understand where Paya Debanjo is coming from. Yes, that the Igbo is seeking to leave Nigeria, all right, and thereby they can be seen as a prodigal son, but they are not in all ramifications or in the true sense of that word, prodigal. All right. So, but the point is that he said it is the time to give the Igbo a chance to rule Nigeria, and all these things is for the benefit of Nigeria. Look, for the Igbo man to rule Nigeria is in the interest of this country, not in the even interest of the Igbo, who is suffering more, aside from the structural and political marginalization of the Southeast. Who is suffering more? You see the data released by the MBS, National Bureau of Statistics. The poverty is endemic in the north. You have seen it. It's there. It's endemic in the northern Nigeria. So what am I not talking about? So I dare doing favor to anyone by saying the power should come to the Southeast. But the Dr. Bogu Bitrus, who is the president of the Middle Belt Forum, in his own reaction to what Baba Ahmed says, he said, justice, equity, and fairness demands that MBF is queuing behind the candidate of LP Obi. Say, because of justice, equity, and fairness, that them, the middle belt, is queuing behind Obi. And he said they believe in justice and equity. So they believe that it is fair for power to shift to the southern Nigeria after 8 years in the north. And so he said they believe that Nigerians believe in Obi. And he said he is happy. It is not the Igbo that are projecting Obi, but the whole Nigerians. According to him, democracy has been commercialized, and our challenge is to wrest power from them. He said so. All these things they are saying is actually, to lend their support to candidate of Obi. But look, the Northern Elders Forum has played the ball to the court of the people of the Southeast. So this is another mind game they are playing. People should not misconstrue this, to be support. It's a mind game. So they have said it. Look, if Peter Obi loses this election, that the Southeast should blame themselves. Could you imagine that? Southeast alone cannot make Obi the president of Nigeria. The fraudulent figures you have accumulated in the northern Nigeria over the years, what are you going to do about it? The fraudulent figures are in census and doing a PVC registration. All this period, the northern Nigeria has bogus numbers. They have raised bogus numbers. These things doesn't exist. It is bogus. It is fraudulent. These numbers they are dishing out through INEC. So what are you going to do about those numbers? When you say the South should blame themselves, of what? South is always sincere when they talk about census, when they talk about this PVC. They go and register real human beings, and at the age, the within the age bracket, as INEC has stipulated, or the law have actually outlined. But if you go to the north, they know that there is no law in Nigeria. It is in the southern Nigeria, but in the south is that people say law. In the northern Nigeria, there's nothing like law. Nobody obeys it. The leaders know that nothing happens, nothing mega. Once they are doing it with impunity and with reckless abandon, they don't care whose is God. It doesn't matter. They do anything they like. Say law. Which law? It's not them that makes the law. It's not them that they implement the law. The judges, the justices, and everything, they have it. They control them. So you talk about the law. Do it. We will defend it. Do it. Do the abracadabra. Do the fraud. Inflate the numbers and figures. Don't mind. We will defend it. When they said in 2015 that they will use the other one they call the machine to read the voters' card. Yes, the card reader machine, card reader. It was implemented fully in the southern Nigeria because they were afraid, because that's what INEC said. In the northern Nigeria, whose side? They were doing the thing with reckless abandon, with manual registration, and said they are using incident form. The incident form was used all through in the northern Nigeria. Nowhere they used this card reader. But in the southeast, even in Jonathan's home, in his ward, the card reader failed the president the then president of Nigeria. The card reader failed him, and it took several hours for him to be rectified. And so these hours lost. In the northern Nigeria, they've been voting through manual. So all these things, how are you going to do it? So the southern Nigeria, the southeast, so now they said the ball is in your court. If you lose, blame yourself. Don't mind them. This is a gimmick. This game is a game of intelligence. What we have saying is this: people should be very careful when they are talking about this election. What is better for the Southeast, we have said it, and we will never stop saying it, is referendum. As simple as